Hi, everyone. Despite the expectations you might have had, I have returned with another video, and I have indeed been working on issue 2. I know it's been a while coming in terms of updating, but there's only like 3 of you who watch these videos anyway, so you guys will forgive. The 3 of you will forgive me. Nobody else is gonna watch it, so. We're going to talk about things I'm reading. Then we're going to talk about update on the comic book on issue 2 of Marcelo. And then in there somewhere, I'm going to talk about some local comic writers that I've come upon just recently. Something that happened today, I went into the comic book store, local comic book store, the first time I've been in since we moved to a new town. And I introduced myself to the guy there. I gave him a copy of the first issue of my comic. And I was really proud of myself for that because I'd been sort of a scaredy cat and I had not been going in to do any of that. So I'd been putting it off because I didn't want to be rejected. I had a big fear of rejection, and he turned out to be the nicest guy. And he said he'd try to connect me with the other creators in the area. And he told me he'd read my book and he would tell me what he thought of it. So that's all I can really ask. I mean, I don't even care if I end up selling my book in comic stores. I mean, I hope people like it. I hope it is popular, you know? I mean, every creator wants their media to be paid attention to. So yeah, it'd be awesome, but if he reads it and he likes it and nobody wants to buy it, then that's a win in my book too. And it's just about relationships, and the first step was going in and reaching out, and so I did that today. Anyway, so that's something that's happened. Like I said, we moved. I got a new job, and I got a bunch of stuff coming up at the end of August. So really until that time, I'm pretty full up in terms of brain power. But I am trying to get this issue 2 done because I know no one wants to read a comic book that comes out every 3.5 months, which is what it's looking like it's going to be, at least between these first 2. Thanks again for your support. If you haven't been here before, my name's Hugh, or Bedbeard, or Junkini, or HR, all aliases that I have given myself because I'm very proud of myself. Thanks for coming back. Now on to the video. This is the haul. This is Hugh's Haul, is what I'm going to call the segment. This is going to include stuff that I'm reading right now or I'm going to read. It's going to include not just stuff that is comics, but also other reading material. So the first thing I got here is Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis. It's part of his space trilogy. It's the first book, and I'm reading it because me and some guys are going to be reading the second one together in our book club, and I wanted to read this one, so I'm on the right page when I go to the second book, which is called Paralandra, I believe. So anyway, right now I'm enjoying it. It's very wordy, which is very much like C.S. Lewis. If you've ever read anything by him, C.S. Lewis, big. I love C.S. Lewis. I'm a big fan. Always liked him. So anyway, that's one thing I'm reading. Here's Murder Falcon, by Daniel Warren Johnson himself. And I got this because Daniel Warren Johnson's one of the people I've happened across in the comics world and on YouTube. I haven't met him in person. I just mean I've come across his name. I've come across him as a creator. I really respect his style. I really respect him as a person, as a personality. So I've always wanted to own something by him. I don't want to buy Extremity doesn't sound interesting to me from the title. And I've only ever heard anything about it when I look up stuff about him. And I heard Murder Falcon as a title, and I was like, I gotta read that, right? I gotta read that. It's Murder Falcon, so I'm excited to read that. I've never read anything by Daniel besides Space Mullet online. I just really respect him, so I'm excited for that. Then I got 3 issues of Wolverine today, all drawn by Sam Keith, which was the reason I got them. He's another person, just like Daniel Warren Johnson. I really respect his artwork and his ability, and I want to draw pages like him, is what I should say. I want to draw like Sam Keith, and I've never owned anything by him or that has his artwork in it, so I was really excited to find these today. I hope to have some issues of the Max someday because I really like that character design. I would just wanted to mention this bit at the end. I'm going to say this issue, like I said, never actually read anything by Sam Keith, only ever seen his artwork online, and my expectations were really high, and I will say that my expectations were fulfilled because this was a great little story here in the front of this book. And this last little bit, the bad guy is saying he starts saying, "There once was a girl in Nantucket," which I recognized as a poem or poetry. And I didn't know where it was going to go, and the villain's about to do something evil while he's saying this poem, and Wolverine comes in frame, and he's like, "I hate," and I thought he was going to be like, "I hate, you," or "I hate, I thought it was going to be anything but what he says. He says, "I hate limericks," because the guy was saying a limerick, and I just thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really good writing, and then just really fresh, I love this rugged frame edge that he puts on. Sam Keith puts on this drawing. I just think this page alone was worth buying this book. So that's that. I'm excited to read the other 2 issues. I just got these today, so I've only had time to read the one that I just showed you, but I am excited to read the next 2 as well. And I'm for sure, I was already sold on Sam Keith, and I'm for sure sold now, at least in terms of his artwork. I don't know much about him as a person. And then I have free comic book day books here. This is the Umbrella Academy. I will say that I did not understand one single thing that happened in this issue. I really liked the artwork. I liked the colors. I liked everything except the fact that I couldn't understand what was going on. And that's probably just because I've never read any Umbrella Academy before. So I can't recommend this one just because it gave me nothing. It didn't give me anything. This is The Sacrificer by Rick Remender, which is a new ongoing book, I believe, that he's starting at Image. It's about these anthropomorphic animals, these birds who are sort of peasants, and it was really depressing, but there was this really sick page where the king is what he seems to be the king in the universe. He's like going to fulfill his daily duty of becoming the sun. Like, how incredible, how cool. They already got the sun like circle going here with the glow, and just incredible concept. And it's one of those moments where a really good concept plus perfect execution of a concept, which is equally as important. So that was really cool. Then you get back to the depressed birds, and that's that. And I was thinking to myself, probably won't continue to follow this on individual issues, but I definitely will pick up a collected edition if that ever comes out, because I am interested in this story. I'm interested in the artwork. I have Uncanny Avengers here. All I can really say about this is that it is a comic book. I got basically nothing out of that. I don't follow the X-Men, and also that issue wasn't anything outstanding. This is Jeff Lemire, Fish Flies. So I got all 4 of these that I'm showing you right now on Free Comic Book Day. I got this one because it was an Image creator, and I needed to grab one more to fulfill my quantity amount for the Free Comic Book Day. And I really appreciated how basically the whole second half of this comic is non-dialogue. It is just visual storytelling, and I don't really know what's going on in the story, but that's not because of the storyteller. That's because I need to read. We need the next issue, Jeff. We need the next issue. How am I supposed to know what's happening? Give me the next issue, you know? And I guess that was the whole point. That's why he did that. Then the last thing I have here in terms of a haul is I have 2 comic books from local creators that I just discovered today when I went in the comic book store. Man-Child by Nandor Fox Schaefer and Jay Mazer, and then Hurdles by Caden Quinn and Chris Wantawai. I'm assuming that's how you say that. Never heard of him. I met Nandor at Free Comic Book Day. He signed this book for me. Issue 2 just came out. It's a sort of a parody of Stan Lee's style of superhero comics. The only thing that was sort of weird to me was I couldn't understand how the Monarch Crier, which is the superhero in the book, he is not the main character, or if he is the main character, then like his alter ego's physical appearance does not match his superhero appearance. And I was sort of confused. There's some commentary in there about the death of Stan Lee in the form of an analogy. A person representing Stan Lee in the comic books universe has passed away. All the comic book fans are sad about it. There's some commentary on like divisive, hater, negative comic book fans. So I don't know. I mean it was good. It was good. I mean it's high quality book. It's pretty artwork. It's an original story. So you can't hate any of that, right? It was just there was some disconnect in terms of storytelling. I couldn't understand why he sort of bookends it with the Monarch Crier, who's the superhero, and then there's this whole story about the man-child in between, and then at the end of the book he bookends it with going back to the world of the Monarch Crier, and I'm sort of like confused how these connections are working. But maybe when I go get issue 2, because I am going to get issue 2, more will be explained. Hurdles, I just read this today because I just got it today. It's got they got almost the same feeling covers on them, so maybe they got them made the same place. And this is another superhero story, and the superhero's name is Jumper, and he is in St. Louis, so shout out to all my Missourians, fellow Missourians. And it's good to have a superhero in St. Louis. Look, we even got the arch on the cover. So that's exciting, and I enjoyed it, and it was short and sweet, and it was all just your standard superhero story, really. I mean, there was this love story between the main character and his fiance, I believe. And she's like, you got to get your life together, basically, and he's not making any money being a superhero, so she's sort of upset with him. So that is the haul. Now, on to comic book art. Okay, here we go. Marcelo issue 2. I don't really know what to say here. I mean, I have all the pages penciled. So we're looking at 18 pages this issue instead of 20 like last time. I'm excited about some of these pages. The layouts are turning out better than the first time, I feel like. And I currently have inked 6 of the pages. And I think they're turning out well. I think they're turning out well. You can see all my updates on Instagram. I post pictures occasionally when I feel like it. I've been trying to be more consistent, and I appreciate anybody that supports me over there. It really drives me to keep working on this, and it's taken me longer to do issue 2 than I thought it would, and I'm still only 70% of the way there, so Anyway, that's the update on this. I mean, obviously, when I get this printed, I'm probably going to also have to get the second print run of issue 1 printed, so that way any new fans will be able to get both issues, or anybody that didn't get a copy of the first print run of issue 1, because remember, I only printed 25 copies, and I'm down to, I think, 3, and 2 of those, at least 2, maybe just one of those is claimed, so only 2 copies left of the first print edition of Marcelo issue 1. If you want to get a hold of a copy, you can. Let me pull it out. Here it is. If you're interested, if you're new to the channel, you want to get a copy, you can still get the last 2 issues, the last 2 copies of the first print run of this number 1 of my very first comic ever. You can get it at my website, hughkeen.com. Go to the shop tab, and you should be able to check out. This is all I have up there right now, so you should be able to grab that. And if you hurry, you'll get one of the last 2 issues. Once they're sold out, I'll have to refund any money if somebody's late, because there's not any more copies currently. So that's the update on the comic. I appreciate everyone who kept me accountable on the first one. I apologize there has not been a video sooner than this. If there is something you'd like me to talk about on the channel that I haven't, or something that you'd like to see in these videos that you haven't seen, then let me know, and I'll try to include that next time.